Are you Kayla Connor? All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, she's trying to get back on the feet, and I think she's doing that well. She got kind of mixed up with this group of people here, and she's now with her boyfriend and her boyfriend's family, and they have two children together, and she's expecting again in December. So we're hoping that the court follows the recommendation now.
So where is Alexander White, your child?
That is not my child. That was my ex-boyfriend's son. He was taken by the state back last year sometime, so I'm not aware. I haven't had any contact with him.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 of my own and 4 including this one.
Okay, and where were your children during this beating of a child with your ex-boyfriend?
They were in the
It seems
room
like
with
it
me.
might be a good case for defer, 'cause it's his first.
It happened and he had his own, him and I worked together when this happened in the apartment. We
Mhm.
hadn't started dating yet.
Mhm.
And
we've never been
I was
arrested.
in the room dealing with my children and he was doing his
For
own
the-
thing with his child.
So did you start dating after this?
Yeah.
Why would you start dating someone?
I wasn't aware
No,
that he was,
listen to my question. Why would you start dating someone who's abusive to their child?
because I wasn't aware of the extent. He was telling me one thing, that it was just a simple spanking. I was not aware of how he was actually handling his child. I had just met him at the time of this happening.
I'm sorry, what?
I had just met him at the time of this happening.
Mhm.
We hadn't even known each other. I don't even think a month.
So you hadn't known each other a month when this happened.
He was my uncle's brother, so I
Okay.
figured he would be somebody I'd be able to trust, considering my adoptive uncle. I've known him for a while. I didn't think anything harmful of the situation.
Mhm.
Just very briefly.
Yes.
There are 3 co-defendants here, and one is Brandon White, one is Alexander White, and the other is Kayla White. So there's another Kayla. This is Kayla Connor. The others are charged with injury to a child, and Ms. Connor is charged with violation.
Okay.
I just want to make sure, because I got kind of confused.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But I will tell you what it never ceases to amaze me. And I never understand why people who have children get involved so easily with other people. I never understood that. Now, what she's telling me is she knew him for a month and this had happened. And how old was the complainant?
At that time, it was
Somewhere 11, somewhere around there.
10, 11.
The fact that you don't know what's going on with somebody that you're dating or you dated after the fact tells me that you're not thinking with a straight head. Are you employed?
Um,
And how many children do you have?
three.
All right. So you have 3 children, a baby on the way, and you're not employed. That's a problem. Because what ends up happening, and I've seen it, is you depend on somebody else for financial support. People are just having children all over the place and they're not financially supporting them. And they're going from one boyfriend to the next boyfriend. And I tell people all the time, there are maybe some great guys out there. There may be some great women out there. And I love children, but children are baggage. You need to consider every child you have a suitcase, and it's a heavy suitcase. And you got to ask yourself, the person I'm getting with, do they really want to carry these suitcases with me? And it's not like at the airport where you can put them in a cart. It's you dragging a suitcase, and it's the old fashioned suitcase. It's not the type with the wheels. It's somebody picking those suitcases up and handling them with care. And usually what ends up happening is, and you know this, counsel, because you've done CPS cases, you end up with some random guy who you think is this great guy. Y'all decide to have another child. The child that's biologically his, he treats great. The other children get the shaft. So I hope that you're not going from boyfriend to boyfriend and putting all these random people in your children's life. But you need to get a job, because who's supporting you?
The man I'm with right now.
Yeah. And so now you're dependent on him to support you, to support your children, to keep a roof over your head. And I hope you're not letting him be in charge of disciplining children that are not his biological children.
They are his biological children. I got that from their father.
So you're just moving from person to person. You're with this other boyfriend and now you're with him?
No, we ended up getting back together.
If you're drug tested, what are the results going to be?
I should come clean.
I'm sorry, what?
That I should be clean. I haven't been smoking or anything.
When's the last time you smoked?
Month and a half ago, 2 months ago,
And how far along are you?
4 months.
So you're smoking while you're pregnant.
I didn't know I was pregnant at the time, ma'am.
You don't know you're pregnant in 2 months?
No, I still had my period.
The courtroom is already tense as Judge Boyd flips to the old case file. 5 hearings, 2 years missing, and defendant who simply vanished without a trace. When the defendant finally steps up, Boyd's expression says it all. He remembers every ignored summons, every wasted appearance, every delay. He starts grilling the defendant immediately. Why didn't you show up? Where were you? The excuses begin, but Boyd has clearly lost patience after 2 long years of chasing.
And everything, I was not aware.
Okay. Probation, I apologize. But you know, they're going to be field visits. So they've agreed to your application for deferred adjudication. I mean, if I could make it so you not have a boyfriend in your life, I would, but I can't do that. I'm hoping that you're protecting your children. I'm hoping that people will learn that they need to be financially responsible for their children, because when they're not, the people who are financially responsible are the taxpayers. I love children. I don't have any children, but I can't tell you the number of children I've paid for a babysitter through taxes. I paid for their daycare through the taxes. But people need to start taking care of their children financially, and people need to start making great decisions for their children, because guess what? None of your children can take care of themselves. You can't send them to Travis Park and say good luck to you, and you keep bringing these random people in. So this is what the court is going to do. The court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. You pled as a co-defendant to Brandon White, Christopher White, and Kayla White. There's to be no contact with Brandon White, Christopher White, Kayla White. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's 200 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you get it or if you've already had it, 40 of those hours will be waived. There's going to be parenting classes, and that'll be the triple T. Remaining of the community service hours will be waived upon completion of those classes. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be field visits 3 times per month. Please tell probation to check on the children. There's to be random UAs. And please have her tested today for levels. Proof of employment. So where are your children now?
At home,
Who's watching them?
their father,
What does he do for a living?
he's an HVAC technician.
What does that mean?
He works on AC units.
All right, we're going to do proof of employment within 3 months. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. I do believe, I hope I'm right in believing that you love your children. If you love your children, you know, you've got to be their number one protector and look out for them. And you can't have random people looking out for them. Now, I don't know what happened between you and the relationship and the father of your children that caused you all to break up. But what I do know, if that hasn't been addressed, guess what? You're back in a relationship with the same problems you had before. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. All right, according to probation, you're positive for marijuana. I'm not allowing you to transfer to Austin. So whatever job your husband has, you need to be here in Bexar County. And probation, I want those field visits done 3 times per month, randomly, until further notice, so we can make sure that the children are okay. So I don't know what's happening in your CPS case. I deal with the criminal side, not the civil side. They're allowing you to go to Austin. I guess that's what they're allowing. I'm not allowing it. If you want to be allowed to live in Austin, then you need to do better on your probation. And better on your probation is not having a house that, from the reports I'm getting, is messy with couches blocking doors and you testing positive for marijuana and being pregnant. And so that means that either you are using marijuana outside your house, in which case the children are being unsupervised, and that would explain the couch blocking the front door, which is a fire hazard. If there's a fire in the house, how do you expect firemen to get in the house when you're blocking it with couches? And if your husband or boyfriend or the father of your children doesn't want to step up and help you if you have medical issues, then maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship with him. But you are setting a horrible example for your child. And I don't know about this other mother who lives, who knows where, allowing her 9-year-old to come and stay with you, who is on probation for injury to a child by omission. People need to stop letting their children just stay with random people that they don't know and they don't know how they're living. So CBS can do whatever they wish, but I'm telling you right now, your probation is not getting transferred to Austin. You're not allowed to live in Austin. You're going to be living in Bexar County, and this court is going to have to keep an eye on all of these children who are under the age of 3 and the 9-year-old that some parent somewhere seems okay with allowing you to supervise. And if you live in Bexar County and you leave this county to go when I didn't give you permission to, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Let me ask you this. Is it okay for your 3-year-old to smoke marijuana? Do you have any problem with that?
Of course.
All right. So the child that you are carrying, that you keep rubbing your stomach and you want me to know you're pregnant, guess what? When you're smoking marijuana, you're letting an unborn child smoke marijuana. Just imagine that child in your stomach, kicked back on a couch, smoking marijuana, because that's what you're doing. Do you understand? I'm not going to tolerate that because
Judge Boyd walks the courtroom through the entire timeline. 5 hearings, multiple opportunities, and a defendant choosing not to appear each time. The prosecutor explains how warrants had to be issued and withdrawn repeatedly, costing time and money. The defendant stands frozen as Boyd emphasizes that this wasn't a mistake. It was a pattern. The judge demands explanations for each mishearing, and the defendant stumbles through weak answers, realizing Boyd is preparing to take this extremely serious.
Use of marijuana is not allowed on probation out of this court. And if your levels rise, we're not going to have a compliance hearing. We're not going to have a conversation. I'm going to get notice that your levels have gone up and a motion to revoke is going to be filed. And wherever you may be, at your home or in the grocery store at HEB or wherever it is, a warrant's going to be issued. And if police see you there, they're going to arrest you. And so do you still want to pretend to me like you have not been smoking marijuana?
Your Honor.
Okay. She's still pretending. So I want UA randomly once a week throughout the week.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Kayla Connor, could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michael, hurry up, stage.
For the defense?
David Blair, Your Honor.
And are you Kayla Connor? So the reason we are here, it's a compliance. And I guess it's a request from your client to live somewhere other than Bexar County. And I asked that certain people be present today. And I've requested that the CPS workers be present. And my understanding probation is present. So would anyone like to call a witness with regards to her living somewhere other than San Antonio? Or am I going to call witnesses?
I'll defer to them.
All right. All right. Could the San Antonio caseworker please come forward? Hello.
Hello.
All right. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. You can lower your hand if you can state your name for the record.
Amy Loper.
All right. And what is your relationship to Kayla Connor?
I was the family-based worker for her until about beginning of October.
All right. And can you tell the court whether or not you were aware while you were the family-based worker that Ms. Connor left Bexar County and left San Antonio to live elsewhere.
So she did not tell me when she actually left. I did know that her paramour had a job opportunity in Austin, and just asked them to let me know where they go so I could get a worker in that area that could work with them.
All right, so she didn't request permission to leave?
I was aware. Yes, I was aware. That
No,
the
my
plan
question
was
is,
to-
did she request permission to leave?
No, but we don't require that.
Okay. Were you aware that she was using marijuana?
I was when her probation officer contacted me.
All right, so you were aware after this court asked her if she was going to be positive for drugs. That's the only time you were aware?
The beginning of October is when I heard from her probation officer. So I visited with her the first week of October to discuss that.
Thank you. All right, CPS caseworker Perez.
Your Honor, Flor Perez Chavez, yes.
All right, does anybody have any question to these two witnesses appearing by Zoom? Ms. Perez is actually in the location where Ms. Connor is looking to move.
Your Honor,
Just one moment, please. Any objections?
No objection. Not with it.
All right, Ms. Perez, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Flor Perez Chavez, FBSS caseworker in Travis County.
All right. Either party want to question this witness?
Is it Ms. Chavez or Ms. Perez Chavez?
Perez Chavez, correct.
Ms. Perez Chavez, when was Ms. Connor placed onto your caseload?
I received the courtesy request on November 8th, and I made a call to Ms. Connor asking her home address, and I made the visit on November 9th.
Okay, so you actually visited the home on November 9th?
Yes, she was in Riverside that time in Travis County, yes.
Okay, and has she remained on your caseload since then?
She has remained on my caseload. However, I did receive an email shortly after my visit that she was ordered to return, and that I was basically that I was not going to need to see her again.
Okay, so when you received that email that she was ordered to remain in Bexar County, did you have that conversation with her as well that she needed to return to Bexar County?
No, I received an email from her primary caseworker, just to my supervisor, and me let me know that I no longer needed to go visit her.
Okay. Are you aware that she gave birth to a child on December 12th?
Yes, I visited exactly shortly after she was released from the hospital to go see the baby.
Okay. Were you aware that her child was born positive to THC with THC?
Yes, that is also part of the another intake that came in.
All right, so did you verify her boyfriend's paramour / fiance's employment?
I have not, Your Honor.
And they were in Travis, then they moved to Buda. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
And where are they staying? Are they staying in a place that they're leasing?
From my understanding, it's a month-to-month lease.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Are there any more questions for this witness?
Nothing. No, Your Honor.
All right. If you could state your name for the record.
My name is Sylvia Cirola.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Rolla, are you Ms. Connor's current community supervision officer?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
And how long has she been on your caseload?
She has been on my caseload since she was granted, which was August 25th of 2022, sir.
Okay.
Things explode when Boyd finally delivers his message. Absconding for 2 years is not a minor issue. It's a direct attack on the court's authority. He reminds the defendant that everyone else showed up except the one person required to be there. When the defendant tries to interrupt, Boyd shuts it down immediately, raising his voice and making it clear that the days of leniency are over. The courtroom goes silent as he announces consequences for disappearing, and makes the defendant understand that running only made things far, far worse.